Our strength of action is also related to the availability of energy in our sacred body, and the foods below are scientifically proven to eliminate tension, migraines and headaches. That's why I'm here. I'm Alex, and on this channel you will find very practical information, not so very well known in the medical new world, for longevity, for lifespan, life extension, and also quick and powerful, natural and almost for free remedies for several physical internal disorders. This video, as you might know, is a practical guide verified by me and does not represent a cure for any disease, dysfunction or any other physical condition. That's why please talk to your doctor first before starting to consume the things mentioned in this video. As I said, there are three major types of headaches, which are tension, migraine and cluster headaches. So here's what I mean and how to locate each one of them. So the tension, which is very common, this is the most common type of headache, and is a typical episode produces like a dual stabbing pain on both sides of the head that feels like a vice. So this pain can also include the shoulders and sometimes our neck. The episode of pain might be around 30 minutes up to 7 days. The difference is that in migraines are more severe and can be truly, for some people who are having some blood problems, they can be debilitating. So the pain from the migraine is often centered on the one side of the head or other side of the head, starting around the eye and from the temple and spreading to the back of the head. Episodes like the migraine can last between 4 and 72 hours in most of the chronic cases. The third mode of headache is the cluster headache, which not so many people knows about. They are 5 times more common in men than in women, and the name comes from the fact that it manifests itself in clusters or groups, more exactly. For example, between 1 and 8 pains per day for a period of 1 up to 3 months that may occur every few days, depending. So this pain of cluster is quite severe and always occurs on one side of the head, and the pain begins abruptly and lasts on average between half an hour and 1 hour. So if you want to know more about how to solve these issues, also in your neighbors and friends or colleagues, pay attention, because there will be some nutrients that will help everyone. So let's go. My dear friends, the first thing, which is very common but for the most is not, the juice of 2 or 3 lemons at most without the water. You can have this mix 7 days a month in a row if you want, 4 times per year. Why? Because lemon is one of the fruits with a huge beneficial contribution to our divine body, and that's why its sour taste is one of the accelerators of healing cellular process into our sacred body. So vitamin C deficiency is seen in apathy, lethargy, fatigue, muscle cramps, or even gum, brain or nose bleeding, such as nosebleeds for no reason. So vitamin C is found in high concentration in the lemon, about 50 grams per 100 grams of fruit. So vitamin C is necessary for the production of collagen, the main protein for connecting the tissue in our body. So lemons are rich in citric acid, malic acid, ascorbic acid like vitamin C, and this citric acid is necessary for the functioning and energizing of the human cells, called in science the citric acid cycle or the tricarboxylic acid cycle, or as many of the medical doctors know, Krebs cycle, because it was a man in 1935, Hans Adolf Krebs, who discovered the functioning of the human cell and what it needs itself, the cell, to create energy and division to spread. The second thing which not so many people are looking for, but it's very, very practical, is enema with green coffee. Why? Because it stops the headache, and you can do this enema once a month. As a dose, like I'm doing it sometimes, I put 1 kilogram of 2 pounds of boiled water in which I put 5 spoons of unroasted green coffee over the night, and I leave to cool. I strain the liquid and the liquid is used. How I am doing it, preferably the process should be carried out in the morning, and it becomes the most productive after a day of black fasting, if you can do, or 2 days of black fasting. The irrigator is also used as a body position. You can sit on your side, left or right, on your knee, on your elbows, and raise the hip and put approximately 500 to 600 grams or 1 pound of liquid in the rectum, and then you should breathe more and more deeply, so the liquid rises up to the upper area of your digestive system. And if you can keep the position through deep breathing for about 5 or 10 minutes and you contract the muscles of your rect, you can repeat this process 2 times until the liquid is used up. So 1 kilo, it's enough for 2 times, and you can evacuate after each time for starting. After a while, you'll see other videos of mine, you'll find out how the enema for chronic diseases might be very, very effective. So this enema, this kind of enema with green coffee, has an analgesic effect and stop very fast the headaches, because it is cleaning the blood. So in addition, it stimulates a lot the solar plexus and the functions of the liver, the adrenal glands, the gallbladder. It also helps eliminate toxins from the intestinal tract and stops cold and flu. The third thing is to have some, or to buy some, peppermint oil mixed with lavender oil. So basically the health benefits of peppermint oil include the ability to treat spasms caused by indigestion, respiratory problems, headaches, nausea, fever, stomach and intestinal discomfort, and so on. It is administered in 2 or 3 ways. I will share 3 ways. First, mix in a ratio 1 drop to 1 drop, so equally, peppermint essential oil with lavender essential oil, and apply to the affected area on your head, for example on the temples or of the nape of the neck. So you can do this 3 times per day, 3 days in a row. Do not swallow, do not put it into your eyes. The second thing to use this peppermint oil and the lavender oil is to make the inhalation with this dose. You can add 3 to 4 drops of essential peppermint oil to a pot with a liter of boiling water, and then you can put the towel over your head, sit bent over the bowl, and breathe in the emanation of smell. Breathe deeply, and oil, it will evaporate in your nose, and it will be very effective. The third thing is to mix in a ratio of 4 to 1, I mean 4 parts of unrefined olive oil and 1 part of non-essential peppermint oil, and swallow. So you can have 3 tablespoons a day, 5 days. For example, in a spoonful you will put 4 drops of olive oil or whatever cold press oil you have, and 1 drop of peppermint oil. And the difference between an essential oil and a non-essential peppermint oil is the price. Basically, the essential, extremely strong and even dangerous to ingest, is 10 or 15 times more expensive than the non-essential oils. Mint, for example, has vasodilatory properties, and for this reason the pains and the tensions of the head are released and disappear. The fourth thing, my dear friends, which I want to share is yerba mate tea. So basically yerba mate is a drink that comes from the leaves of the yerba mate plant, and I remember when I was climbing Aconcagua in Argentina, South America, the Sherpas gave me 2 or 3 cups per day of yerba mate and constantly told me that I will not have headaches because of the altitude to 6 up to 7,000 meters high. So the properties of this tea are becoming more and more comprehensive, and as experts advanced more in research, new benefits they are showing up and are discovered, and its most revolutionary property being the prevention nowadays of cancer. The 5th thing, my dear friends, is blender composition of something miraculous. You can mix everything in the blender of 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliter of fish oil, if you can find without flavor, without aroma, and bio. You can add 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of freshly ground coffee. You can add also a small hot pepper with a little bit, a few glimpses of chili, or if you don't have chili, half of teaspoon of pepper due to capsaicin, which is very good for headaches. And also you can add 1 tablespoon, so 50 grams, 1 tablespoon is 50 grams, 1 teaspoon is 5 grams, so 1 tablespoon, a big one, of flax seeds soaked over the night in water. You can add to all of these condiments 500 milliliters, so 1 pound of water, and you can mix them into the blender. So over the obtained result, you can put the contents of 2 magnesium supplements of 1000 milligrams each, so 2000 milligrams the total, and vitamin B if you have supplements, or of at least 500 milligrams. So you can mix all this in blender and drink the composition in the early hours of the morning, preferably for the good functioning of the metabolism, no more than 2 p.m. in the afternoon. You can consume 2 days a week for 3 months and you will see results very fast. So I was saying that capsaicin, which is a quick headache reliever, and is the active ingredient in chili peppers, and the compound they gives them their spicy taste. However, there are a number of impressive health benefits of using capsaicin, and you will see in the other videos as well, which I will do about this strong force of the capsaicin into our vital organs. So the consumption of peppers and spicy food sometimes, depending on your stomach problems, if you have or not, are often encouraged for metabolic strength and immune system strengthening. And the 6th thing, my dear friend, to become more healthier in your headaches is the magnesium. So the magnesium is the relaxation mineral and is a bioelement with multiple functions over your body, and it's involved among their things in the proper functioning of our nervous system. More precisely, it influences neuromuscular condition, it restores the mitochondria of our cells, of our sacred cells, and therefore it reduces the risk that the cells sometimes in the brain that deal with the smooth running of our reason do not make into degradation. So although it was proposed as an intravenous administration in the past, but magnesium was not classified in allopathic medicine as the essential element for curing migraines, although from my studies and researches which I did in the past, a higher dose of magnesium, the results of the elimination of migraines and headaches were also amazing. So that's why I invite you to verify for yourself that. The best natural source of magnesium are peas, cabbage, chia, almonds, seeds of pumpkin, cashews, flax seeds, sunflower, and you can hydrate over the night and consume them into the morning time. So I put everything into the water over the night, and the next day I blend them with water or milk, depending what I have in the house, and I eat them as well. You can add other condiments if you like. So The base of the supplement is varied, and for those who want to take in this way, among the ones I checked, there are those on higher supplements you can buy, if you prefer, of higher concentration, 1 gram or 1000 milligrams at least per supplement, per pill, in which there are no fillers like anti-caking or thickening agents. Another extremely profitable form of mineralization is the magnesium chloride or magnesium sulfate, BAF, as I was saying in another video about willpower and motivation. You can check in this channel also, which it will have a lot of powerful by mineralization the body, your sacred body, and you can find more this on my YouTube channel as well. If these things are available for you, you can find also in shops, also online. Also, you can document yourself. Do not believe everything from here. You can verify that, and please do not tell to anyone until you are verifying for yourself. May the progressive force be with you.